الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. We will study Surah An'am, also a little bit of Surah A'raf today, inshallah. We're completing about, you can say, about 3/4 of the 8th juz as well, inshallah, today. Surah Al-An'am, this word, this name, An'am, it comes from the injunction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how He is telling us in the surah that the cattle is halal, it's lawful to eat. So that is how we get this name, and this name is derived from there on. In the same very surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, of course, yet again, rulings, ahkamat. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the surah, He also mentions, there's a riwayah on Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, that the Surah Al-An'am, when it was revealed, it was revealed in its entirety to the Prophet ﷺ in Mecca. Although there were some parts of it that were revealed to the Prophet ﷺ in Medina and he says that when the surah was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ, 70,000 angels came down with the surah to the Prophet ﷺ, praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when the surah Al-An'am was revealed. In this surah, there is an ayah that many a times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to the nature of a human being. Allah ta'ala says in the Quran, قُلْ مَنْ يُنَجِّيكُم مِّن ظُلُمَاتِ الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ تَدْعُونَهُ تَضَرُّعًا وَخُفْيًا لَإِنْ أَنْجَانَا مِنْ هَذِهِ لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that there are times when Allah ta'ala is addressing the kuffar of Makkah. Say unto them, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that when you are traveling and you're in the midst of the sea, right, and you're in your ship, what happens? You see huge big waves coming and approaching, and you see your death in front of you. Allah ta'ala says that there on and then, what do? You forget about all your other gods and all your other idols. You call on only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He saves you from that, you come back and you act with Allah ta'ala as you never even known. This is the nature of a human being. Each and every single one of us, we're in grip in this. Where when we're going through some hardcore difficulty, Allah ta'ala says, وَإِذَا مَسَّ الْإِنسَانَ الضُّرُّ دَعَانَا لِجَنْبِهِ أَوْ قَاعِدًا أَوْ قَائِمًا. And when he's going through some hardships and difficulty, دَعَانَا لِجَنْبِهِ, he's calling us. He's lying down, he's calling us, calling Allah. He's standing up, he's calling Allah. He's sitting down, he's calling Allah. فَلَمَّا كَشَفْنَا عَنْهُ ضُرَّهُ مَرَّ كَأَن لَّمْ يَدْعُونَا إِلَى ضُرٍّ مَسَّهُ. Allah Ta'ala says, when we save him, when we cure him from that hardship and that hardship he was in, that taklif he was in, he goes away and he passes away as he never even called on to us. Allah Ta'ala save us all from that. Right? And when we also call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we should remember Allah ta'ala in each and every single moment of our lives. Not just when it's hard for us to move on. And not just when it's very hard for us and we're in some difficulty, then remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyhow, Allah ta'ala in the surah talks about the tawheed, the oneness that Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam had in him. That how much he believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can we imagine? His entire family was against him. His father also was against him. Allah ta'ala talks about it more in the 16th juz, where every single person is against him. And what? Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he is a steadfast. And he is believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala says in the same juz, in Surah Al-An'am, towards the end, Allah ta'ala says how he tried to speak to his people, and how he tried to tell them that there's only one Allah. The things that you're worshipping, there are things that are fading away. So in the form of his wahdaniyah, his bayan, Allah ta'ala says, he was talking to his people and he told his people, he saw the stars and people worshipping the stars. He said, okay, you know what? This can be my ilah. Ibrahim alayhi salam is telling his people, this can be my ilah, this can be my Rabb, this can be my Lord. But what? Allah ta'ala says, فَلَمَّا أَفَلَ, when that thing went away, when the stars faded away, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam said, no, this cannot be my ilah. And the reason why Ibrahim alayhi salam was talking to his people like that, is logically trying to prove to them that what you're worshipping cannot be worshipped. Because Rabb is something that can never fade away. Rabb is something that should be there at all times. So when Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam looks at the qamar, when he looks at the moon, فَلَمَّا رَأَى الْقَمَرَ بَازِغًا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال لئن لم يهدني ربي لأكونن من القوم الضالين. He looked at the moon and he said, oh, this can be my Rabb. In the night he said that. In the morning it wasn't there. This cannot be my Rabb. Then Ibrahim ﷺ in the daytime he sees فَلَمَّا رَأَى الشَّمْسَ بَازِغَةً قَالَ هَذَا رَبِّي هَذَا أَكْبَرُ. He sees the sun. Sun is big. Oh, this is very big, ginormous. This can be my Rabb. فَلَمَّا أَفَلَتْ قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ إِنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِّمَّا تُشْرِكُونَ. That faded away also. He said, Ya Allah, I am bari. I am free what these people associating you partner with you. إِنِّي وَجَّهْتُ وَجْهِي لِلَّذِي فَطَرَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ حَنِيفًا وَمَا أَنَا مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. This is the saying of Ibrahim ﷺ, where I turn towards one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has created me, who is sustaining me, and to Him is my return. Anyhow, there's one ayah in the 8th juz I just want to highlight and finish off with that, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ أَنْ يَهْدِيَهُ يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ وَمَنْ يُرِدْ أَنْ يُضِلَّهُ يَجْعَلْ صَدْرَهُ ضَيِّقًا حَرَجًا كَأَنَّمَا يَصَّعَّدُ فِي السَّمَاءِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when Allah ta'ala wants good for someone, just listen to this very carefully. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants good for someone, يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ, Allah ta'ala opens up his heart towards Islam. When Allah ta'ala wants good for you, He will give you the understanding of Quran. When Allah ta'ala wants good for you, He will give you the understanding of Islam. And Allah ta'ala will make it easy for you to follow Islam. That you can tell that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you. When this ayah was revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahaba were sitting down with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Nabi Allah, what does yashrah sadrahu lil Islam mean? What does this mean that Allah ta'ala opens up his heart towards Islam? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that it is a nur yuqdhaf fihi. It is a nur that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it is a light that Allah ta'ala puts in the heart of a mu'min, and that forces him to do the right thing, and that forces him to stay away from the things which are unlawful. And then the Prophet sallallahu, the Sahaba radiallahu anhu ajma'in asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Nabi Allah, is there any sign as to we can see, right? Is there any sign that we see in an individual, and we know right off the bat that this individual is the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided towards the right path? The Prophet ﷺ said, yes, there are 3 signs. And wallahi, each and every single one of us should strive for these 3 signs. The Prophet ﷺ says the very first sign is Al-Inabatu ila dar al-khulud. Al-Inabatu ila dar al-khulud. Ay ar-ruju'u ila dar al-khulud. Turning towards the place, towards the house, or towards, of course, the hereafter, a place and an area that will never ever perish, that will never ever fade away. That is the very first sign. When you see that sign in an individual, know that Allah Ta'ala has guided him to the right path. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened his chest towards Islam. The second thing the Prophet ﷺ says, وَالتَّجَافِي عَنْ دَارِ الْغُرُورِ. Turning away from the place which is of deception, basically this dunya. Anyone who is trying to turn away from this dunya, know that his heart Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened towards Islam also. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, وَالْإِسْتِعْدَادُ لِلْمَوْتِ قَبْلَ الْمَوْتِ. Preparing for death before death comes to you. This is also a third sign the Prophet ﷺ says. So we should all try to inculcate these three signs, where we work for the hereafter, at the same time turning away from this dunya. Yes, we have to be in this dunya, right? The best example that I can give each and every single one of us is like we're on a ship, right? And this dunya is like, of course, the sea. As long as we're over it, the water is not coming into the ship, it's okay. We can cross, inshallah. But once that water starts to sink into our hearts, and that once that dunya starts sinking into our hearts, then we'll be destroyed in this world and in the hereafter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me and all of us the ability to practice one of himself.